I'm LP Master 6, and I am rather nervous about this one. Banjo-Kazooie is a very beloved game to so many people. It sold millions of copies, but I would still almost call it a cult classic. People are obsessed with this game. It's easy to see why, though. This is a wonderful take on the 3D collectathon platformer genre, started by Super Mario 64 not too long before, and this game was very heavily inspired by that, leading most people to think this is just better Super Mario 64. I won't say which one is better, I haven't really decided. They're kind of distinct experiences in my head, but I've only played this game once, so I don't have all the hot takes that everybody has after playing it a million times about each specific section. And I completed it when it came out for Nintendo Switch Online about 2 years ago, but that's it. I've always planned on playing it here at this point in the timeline of the channel. We'll get to more on why later, but we are being exposed right now to a lot of beautiful British humor, which is very novel for 1998 in video games. I'm a big fan. This gives it a lot of charm. And you see from the visuals, now everybody's heard this neat fact if they've looked anything into Banjo-Kazooie. Yes, the developers were inspired by films from Walt Disney Animation Studios. I would have just said they were inspired by Disney movies, but every article listed it in the same long-winded way. But it fits. I mean, the whole Disney aesthetic really fits the visuals and capabilities of the Nintendo 64. And plus, it aged like fine wine compared to the stuff that's supposed to look realistic. Like, look at any Nintendo 64 or PlayStation 1 game that looks quote-unquote realistic. It has its own charm to it, but it did not age well, technically. And this did. Some of the stuff in this game looks great by today's standards. I can only think of one thing, but still, you get the gist of it. We have multiple save files to choose from. This is my completed file, but here we're going to get a much better look at Banjo's goldfish Royston, who was named after a member of the team who actually had the middle name Royston. The other developers could not believe he had been given such a name, so there he is. Also, fun fact, it is animal abuse to put a fish in such a tiny bowl, so please don't do it. And we have a whole 3 files to choose from. And the actually cool thing about that, because nobody cares about how many save files there are, is that there are 3 different themes for selecting them. Thank you, Grant Kirkhope, who did all the music and sound effects for this game. They chose him and picked him off of the GoldenEye 007 project, because in that game, he had to do a million variations on the same theme, the James Bond theme. They thought he did a wonderful job, so they put him here because they wanted the soundtrack to be dynamic. That's not the way they put it. It was like vertical something something. I don't remember. I thought about writing it down, but I didn't. But here we are. Let's get into it. We did previously hear Grant Kirkhope's work in Donkey Kong Land 2, where he converted David Wise's Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest, soundtrack to the Game Boy, and he did a great job there too. But everybody sucks off Grant Kirkhope, so I'm going to try to lay off a little bit, at least at the beginning. Plus, I think David Wise is better, not that it has to be a competition, but nobody gives David Wise enough credit. But I feel like Donkey Kong Country even has less of a, like, cultish following than Banjo-Kazooie, which is fitting. I guess this is a little more obscure than one of the original video game stars, Donkey Kong. And I'm talking over the story and interesting way of doing voice acting here. We get mumbling sound effects instead of voice acting. Take a listen for a minute. They originally thought about doing full voice acting, but decided against it because performances at the time were usually not good. And they thought it would be easier for players to connect to the characters this way. I think they made a very good call. This is very charming. Also, this is just a grosser version of the Snow White plot. I think it's Snow White, right? The mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest of them all. But nobody ever points out this plot implies that, you know, of course, Tootie, Banjo's sister, is the prettiest of them all, the fairest maiden. But this implies that Gruntilda, the witch villain here, is actually the second prettiest. We're being introduced to one of my favorite characters here. I guess I'll start doing voice acting. Hi there, Tootie. What are you going to do today? When my big lazy brother wakes up, we're going on an adventure. Wake up! I want to go on an adventure too! Sorry, my voice acting for Kazooie is going to be especially bad. I just can't do anything in that vocal range. If Tootie thinks she's fairer than me, I'll steal her looks and ugly she'll be. Is that your brother? Where, Mr. Mole? I can't see him. Up there in the sky. I don't think so. Who is that? The chattering. Come to me, my little pretty. You'll soon be ugly. What a pity. Let me go, you ugly old hag. Don't scratch and bite, my little bear. You'll soon need bigger underwear. Oh no, she's got her. Somebody, help! Banjo, wake up! Now! Oh, what do you want, Kazooie? Let's get outside, there's trouble! It might just be stupid slapstick, but damn it, it's charming for the time. I like it. But we're, instead of going to help save our sister, gonna go back in Banjo's house, because it's cool! It's just a cool little detailed place. Oh, I forgot the controls are inverted here. We get a nice watercolor of, I don't know, the beach. It's kind of like Donkey Kong's treehouse. It is not supposed to be, though, I'm pretty sure. This picture of Tootie was originally going to be Donkey Kong in earlier versions of the game, but they took it out. Could have just been a placeholder, though. It's just his art from Donkey Kong Country. We get concept art of us here. Also, this is not Kazooie's house. This is just Banjo's house. She lives in the backpack. Oh, I'm afraid I can't tell you any more about this hidden feature until you collect the jigsaw from the Sandcastle game in Treasure Trove Cove. Tell us now, Barrel Boy. No, only when you've got the Sandcastle jigsaw. Come on, Kazooie, let's come back later. I had no idea that text was even in the game. I just wanted to get a good look at it. But that makes things interesting because Banjo and Kazooie are about to meet Bottles for the first time. Here's the evidence. Are you ready? Listen up! I'm Bottles, the short-sighted mole. I'm Banjo, and this here's my buddy Kazooie. Sure is a strange-looking buddy, Banjo. Can it talk? Better than you can, Goggle Boy. What was all that noise about? Where's my sister Tootie? The ugly witch Gruntilda swooped down out of the sky and grabbed her. Calm down, Geeky. We'll get her back. Where did she go? She flew up to her mountain lair. It's really dangerous, so you'll probably need some training before you go up there. And we have an option to skip the tutorial, which is actually pretty cool. And obviously, I am a completionist. I like to show you every part of the game, and nobody ever shows the cool beginning parts of the game. So I pressed A. We will be doing the tutorial. We just have to explore Spiral Mountain, which is our little opening area here with our house in it. Our house isn't too important for all that much, but why have Banjo and Bottles never met? Oh, also, you can speed up the text. I just haven't been doing it. They live this far apart. Now, you can argue Bottles lives in a ton of different molehills, but if Tootie, our sister, is that close friends with Bottles, Then why are we not? Also, our jump is pathetic. God, I love it so much. Anyone home? Hello again. Let's start with the camera controls. They're on the yellow C buttons. Same as Mario 64, but oh boy. First of all, it's just way better in general. But you can also, this is revolutionary. Nobody gives this game enough credit for that. You can press R to keep it, to center the camera behind you. Oh, that's the most useful thing ever for a camera. Also, this is a very rare example of if you just hold down the button, it stays behind you. No games do this anymore. At least that I've played. God, that sound of the never gets old. And that's right, they upgrade your jump in the first 10 seconds of the tutorial, practically. Press A to jump and hold it to jump higher. Woo! Come on, Feathers, you can give him a hand. Why? I'll look silly, I know it. Jump, then press A again in the air for a double jump. This is the whole reason Kazooie exists. Originally, wings were going to sprout from Banjo's backpack. But instead they decided to make that a separate character, and things just all kind of fit together. Oh, do it like this, what, wearing glasses and ridiculous glasses and a silly grin? That joke is very good. We get the flat flip jump. It's essentially the back flip jump from Mario, but very useful, very cool. Let's practice our jumps. Ooh, we don't get anything for it really, except this over here. Let's do our nice flat flip. Oh, I screwed it up. Oops. If you were wondering what the collectible is, don't worry. He's going to explain it to us himself. Essentially, collect 6 honeycomb pieces to get an extra... They're kind of like heart pieces in Zelda, essentially. Alright, let's learn another move. I wonder what it's going to be with how the camera's focused on the water. Yeah. Fancy learning to swim underwater? Ooh, sounds difficult. And I'll get my fur wet. Come on, Banjo, I want to swim. Spill the beans, Specky. Use the control stick to swim on the surface. To swim underwater, press B to dive. Go on, give it a try. Alright. We actually have a goal here. While underwater, Banjo can press A to kick his legs, and the winged wonder can press B to use her wings. So, again, like Mario 64, you have a quick movement option underwater and a short one. And we got about the same air meter, but it's not like they can make the air meter that much different than Mario anyway. Alright, well, we got what we came for out of there. Oh, also I love Banjo's doggy paddle. I can't swim at all, so I admire any type of swimming I see. Alright, have we been up here? No, we haven't seen any of this. Hold up. I want to go back around. How am I getting lost in the starting area? I just want to do things in a nice circle. Is that so wrong? Okay, here we go. Let's go up here. I'm just holding R. It's so beautifully convenient. Alright, I'm going to assume there's an extra honeycomb piece up here. Yeah, okay. Oh, and look at that. Can we get that? Yeah. I think that's the only time you hear an extra life talk in the whole game. So enjoy that sound effect and the animation while I was there. I can't remember if your lives actually save when you turn the game off, but I'm not sure that they do. Like most games of the time, and rare games especially. Hey Banjo, I hope you're not afraid of heights. I'm not. Tell me about flying, Root Muncher. Not yet. Banjo, jump onto a tree, then use the control stick to climb up or down. Okay. Okay, I assume he wants us to do this tree. You'll find plenty of other things to climb. Sorry, everybody, if this is just a boring tutorial video. I don't know how far we're going to get in this video. Again, I don't know the game all that well. I mean, I'm sure I'll have to look some stuff up. I'm sure I'll get frustrated and die quite a bit toward the end of the game. This game is a good bit harder than Mario 64. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Shouldn't take too long to explain why. At least if you're going for completion, which why would you play a collectathon if you're not going for completion? My beak barge attack needs the help of old chicken legs. At least I've got some leg short stuff. Also, I love the joke that he's a short-sighted mole. Because moles don't have eyes. They can't see at all. So the fact that he can't tell Gruntilda from Banjo was great. I'm trying this move out on you next, jam jars. I don't really get that joke, but I like it. Alright, we got one honeycomb piece to go, because if you look at our totals here, you can find out from the very beginning. We got 6 in Spiral Mountain. Shows you how long you've played each area. And there's your full totals for everything. We can't see anything else right now, but this isn't even really the hub. This is more just an opening area. In fact, I don't even think you start here every time you open the game up. Alright, we got one little tutorial left. Banjo, it's time for you to learn the claw swipe attack. What is it? I must know. Simply press B when standing still or moving slowly. Sounds good. What can I try it out on? Well, how about bird brain? Just try it, bottle boy. Only kidding. Let me find something with a challenge. Ah, there's Topper. Whack him, Banjo. First real fight. Here we go. Huh? Oh, that's right. You gotta stand still. I forgot. Wow, nice one. Try another. Hey, I want some moves. Okay, so he just kind of stands still. Okay. Now try my fearsome forward roll. I want to learn to fly now. Roll by running and pressing B. I'll see if I can find ball for you to practice on. Get it? Because you ball your eyes out with an onion. You get it? It's a good joke. Stop rolling, I feel sick. See, you know, these are the types of questions you would ask yourself. Like, oh, wouldn't the bird in the backpack get sick? But they beat you to it here. They already thought of it. It had better be a good one, Squinty. The rat-a-tat rap. This is a very good move. Now, where's Collywobble? The flying cauliflower enemy. And you brutally murder it. Not bad, Featherface. Give me another bog eyes. Yeah, we did it! That's it, you've learned all the basic moves. Meet me at the top of the Spiral Mountain and I'll tell you what to do next. Woo! Oh, some places you can't move the camera. So even though I was pressing R, it wasn't doing anything. And now we have spawned the enemies, now that we're done with the tutorial. I'm Sticky Tasty Honey Energy. Yes, that is your health. Not coins. Our currency is a little bit different than health. Whereas coins were kind of both. I don't know. The main collectible. It's not really used as currency. Coins especially. Here we go. Well done, guys. You're ready to tackle the witch now. We sure are. Show us the way, Bottle Boy. I fixed the bridge so you can cross it and enter Gruntilda's lair. Oh, yeah. That's right. During the tutorial, the bridge is broken. Even though you can skip it. So I think that's kind of a weird move. You hear the nice dynamic music. Now, of course, we had dynamic music before in the way of Super Mario 64's Dire Dire Docks music. But this is like every area in the game has it. This fine contraption, so I'm told, will make me young and tooty old. Let me go, you fat hag! My brother will come and kick your butt. Rescue you he will not dare. There's many dangers in my lair. Hurry, Klungo, push that switch. I'm tired of being an ugly witch.
Yes, Mistress Grunty. Power is on. soon be ready.
Banjo, help! And we are constantly reminded of the plot, of the stakes. Now, while we're in here, Gruntilda will constantly taunt us, and she constantly speaks in rhyme. So you will never forget about her presence throughout the game. And we get our first primary collectible. Hey, it's me, Mr. Jiggy. Now go and find a picture with a piece missing. This is your equivalent of stars in this game. Instead of power stars, you get power stars. Oop, that is a disease. Power stars, you get jigsaw pieces, aka jiggies. And we find we can do nothing here. This is the first world, Mumbo's Mountain. To open the door, you'll need to find the jigsaw picture with an image of this area on it. Have a look around. It can't be... Yeah, we already found it. Perfect! To enter the world shown on the picture, you must fill in the missing spaces with the jigsaw pieces. I don't know why his voice keeps getting deeper. We've got the first jigsaw piece, Goggle Boy. Great! To fill in the missing spaces on a picture, press A. If you don't want to use any jigsaw pieces, press B to leave. Ta-da! Such good fanfare. Alright. All of this to enter the very first world. That was such an easy fit, the others may just test your wit. Oh, and her laugh constantly there. So good.